we left off, you all had fought through some carnivorous vines in order to, bless you, in order to make it to Widow's Creek, a historic battleground between the Court of Flora and the Woodland Court. There you found the two queens duking it out and were able to rescue the Blackstone Scourge, get them out and get some information from them. As it turns out, when Luther was invited here, he poisoned a tree that has been the source of magic in the Feywilds, and if it is destroyed, nothing good could possibly happen. And the roots of it have been spread into the mortal world and have been poisoning some trees on that side as well. Maeve, taking particular interest in this, asked to go down, as all of you followed Tanzi and Alabaster the squirrel through these tunnels. Ren took it upon himself to go talk to these two queens, and after a tense bout of persuasion, was teleported back into the castle of the Court of Flora. And I think we're actually going to pick up there with Ren. Ren, you find yourself in the throne room of the Court of Flora without your compatriots here. What is his first thought, and what's this plan of action?
First would probably be slightly a sigh of relief. Probably a little bit of affirmation that there's like some echo of the queen he knew. I guess just like last week, still there. What was I seeing as I was convincing them? Like, were they just like hands locked? Like,
yeah, and you could tell even in the moment they were still struggling to overpower one another.
Probably they were, I would probably consider getting the Rose Guard, but then would probably decide against it because it seemed to have like touched or like offended her pride. And then I would probably try and think about how I could catch up to the team wherever they went.
Speaking of the Rose Guard, you hear the shuffling of boots and clanking of armor moving just outside the door of this throne room that you're in. Would you like to investigate that?
Sure.
Right. As you walk outside, you see the Rose Guard seemingly moments ago being called to action by Aster, who you see standing at sort of the end of the hall, halberd in hand, as he... Wow, flashbang, I can see it on your face. As he looks over all of these troops that he's assembling, he's like, "Red alert, we've been called to action, men. Just get all of your belongings and we must go as quickly as possible. Ren, I thought you were at Widow's Creek."
I was moments ago, actually.
That's fantastic news. Moments ago we were called to also go to Widow's Creek and we have no idea what for. Can you fill us in?
I would explain how the two queens were interlocked in a fight and how she snapped me away. After, again, the same thing where it seemed like it touched on her pride.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, if she snapped you away and is calling us, that can only mean in my mind that surely Queen Juniper has called her troops as well. Dolly would never be the first to concede that. Did you know any of this was going on when we met in the courtyard before?
No, not to that degree. I knew something was happening that direction, but my team and I scouted that direction, and we were turned away by the queens.
Understood. Well, as long as you know that you can come to me with important things, I'm always here to back you up.
If you're going that way, I would take the left path through the
We should go through the
plants.
assassin vines.
Yeah, we took care of a bunch of them.
Well, great. If their numbers are fewer, then we shall take that path. What business do you need to attend to now, then, Ray?
They said something about going into the Court of Tricksters to get to the World Tree or something. I guess I'm not totally familiar.
I don't know about the World Tree yet. But if you're headed to the Court of Tricksters, there is a small rabbit's hole just out in the courtyard. I have tried to get down there once before. A quick tip, if you're going to go down, lay a path for yourself as you go. You may get lost. The tricksters love to, they love to trick. Anyhow, men, to me! And they run out the door.
Thanks, Aster.
Yes, friend. See you soon, as he runs away.
I would head towards the described area. I would probably no, because we said that my I'm trying to think if there's like a cool thematic thing I can do to lay a path, and I was thinking petals, but every time I grow my sword, if I regrow it, it gets rid of the old one. Fuck it.
Any sort of prestidigitation, or I don't know, maybe there's a basket of petals somewhere. I don't know.
Sure, let's say there's a basket of petals.
Sure.
Runs a flower boy.
Just Eldritch Blast holes in the ground every 15 feet.
Yeah, I could do that. Sure, something like that.
And all right, yeah. As you begin your destiny of becoming Pedal Boy, even in D&D, with the path being laid, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you roll 3 survival checks with advantage at DC 7. But if you fail any of them, you're going to get hopelessly lost in these paths.
If you fail any of them, you will die.
Roll a new character, player.
Okay, just 3 back to back to back.
Yep, all with advantage.
Thank God.
Good.
That was stealth. Ignore that.
Not good.
Recheck.
Oh, thank God.
Good.
Oh, these are flat D20s.
No, they're
Okay.
20-sided.
Okay.
Nope, hold on.
Oh.
Okay. I had a +2 on the stealth, where I had 0 on survival. The first one was stealth.
Gotcha. But they're all made it. So as you start to go down these tunnels, you experience something very similar to what Morgan experienced the first time. First, there's like 3 tunnels here, and you go through it, and then there are 5, and then you keep going through it, and then it seems to loop back on itself. But fortunately, with your path that you've laid here, you're able to track which one of these is an actual path you already came down. And as you avoid that one, and start to go down a different path, you see some of the other ones seemingly shimmer away as you approach, and you're able to continue down this path to try to catch up with your friends. Speaking of your friends,
Real quick.
you all,
Time-wise, is it reasonable to say I'm like 5, 10, 15 minutes behind him?
yeah,
I don't
probably
feel like
not
it would
long.
be-
Yeah,
Okay.
like 10-ish minutes.
Okay, cool.
Your friends, however, are being led by Alabaster. You are all, despite some of you not being the most nimble of folks, trying to chase this squirrel, essentially, as he just books it with no regard for whether or not you can keep up. Could I get a dexterity check from all of you
Flat.
individually? We're gonna say it's a DC 12.
Fuck you. I got 11.
19.
I got a 3.
An 8 from Ebenezer. It's not bad for an old man.
You know,
It bounced off 18, hit a 2. I'm very sad.
Oh,
as all of you go down, those of you who miss these things, like various stumbles and scuffs happen. Those of you who got under a 13, at different points get like a small glowy dust scruffing onto their clothes. And I just need you to remember that you have that, and we'll come back to it later.
It's glowing.
Yeah,
Be
like a
specific.
glowy sort of dirt.
Glowstone.
All right.
As a matter of fact, it has about a square foot aura of light. If that ever was going to come into play, you have that.
If
for
it
now.
was.
You guys can't hide in the dark anymore.
Got it.
That glow stick, that Maeve-shaped glow stick. Yeah, that one.
Eventually, though, you are able to follow Alabaster, and they get down to right above, actually, the throne room of the Court of Tricksters. There's a sort of perch up here with a ledge that you're all sort of ducked under, and as you approach this, you can see carefully. Actually, anyone who wants to look over and get further detail, give me a stealth check.
Would that be a disadvantage with the little dirt?
It would be a disadvantage if you're glowing.
Oh,
we're not glowing.
I got
I know, but I rolled bad.
Oh, I got 15.
I can't. I'm glowing.
Ooh,
Ooh, 13 even with disadvantage is pretty good. Let me. Y'all are solid. Actually, everybody who rolled stealth, you're good.
Really?
Yep.
With an
That's
11.
good.
Yeah.
really?
Wow.
This perch is fortunately above and out of the way of most eye lines. So you get up there and you see the newly appointed Queen of Tricksters. She's smaller than the other queens, as she hasn't been a queen very long. That's something you would clock. This is a new queen, and so she's smaller. She stands about 20 feet tall, still large, but she has very lepine features. Like she looks like a big rabbit woman, essentially. Like, imagine if, I'm imagining more the sort of anthropomorphic rabbit that's at Alice's tea party, but just really big, and a woman.
Giant Lola bunny.
Sure. Imagine it however you want.
Want to seduce the queen?
But as you get up here, you see her with a line of like constituents out the door, and she seems to be incredibly bored, and she's like lounged across the little throne, like legs legs over one arm and like leaning over the other one.
What in the world is that?
She just does not look like she wants to be there. Then Alabaster speaks up to all of you. Look just there, behind her throne. There's a tiny little, extra little mole hole. If we follow that one, we'll get to the tree. But it's up to you if you want to convince her to let us go down or make sure that she doesn't know. Tanzi, I suppose you can lead them the rest of the way, and I must not get in trouble. This would absolutely ruin me. He scurries back up the tunnel.
Everybody looks at
little
Maeve.
creature. How does
You're a fascinating creature. And he scurries away, doesn't even like calls over his shoulder.
Huh. He's also a nice little fellow.
Wow.
So, can any of you from the Fae explain to me why a queen might not want us to pursue the poison magic tree? Is it a risk to ask?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Not being
so
talked to about.
it was made somewhat. I tried to anyway make it apparent as I explained this that the Fae outside of a small select few don't know this tree exists.
So, Maeve,
Yeah. Maeve, you seem particularly interested in this tree. Do you know of it?
Not this one, but a similar circumstance.
well, are you gonna go talk to her, or are we sneaking into the queen's back door?
Well, why don't we try talking to her? And if that doesn't go well, then we'll try to sneak in.
I would like to pop the collar of my robe. And I'll say, don't worry, friends. I got this.
Oh, hold up. Good
Right
man.
before you
Hold-
go, Ren, could you make me a athletics check, please?
With advantage?
Nope, not athletics check. Out of the same tunnel that you guys just came down, you see Ren tumbling head over heels and lands behind you all. No damage, but an
You're-
embarrassment.
You're alive.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, I'm fine. I think, I guess.
Ren, we chose to walk out of that entrance. Is there a reason why you chose to roll?
Is he also covered in the shiny dust?
Yeah, you would get some shiny dust out of that.
Sparkly petal boy.
What are we doing here?
Well, I was about to go talk to that queen over there about going in her back door.
I think all
And
of
on
us
that
were.
note,
He was about to do that.
Ren, maybe you should talk to
Maybe we should make Maeve talk
You
to
were
her.
what, my dog?
Oh, I'm actually a bugbear, and the queen herself appears to be a bunny.
Her name's
as I said
Lola.
before, I was planning on talking to her too.
It's probably better for us to let those from this realm talk to those higher established individuals.
The tall ones.
What was Pius's niece's name? I'm assuming this was her,
Queen Lepus.
Queen Lepus.
Or Princess Lepus, now Queen Lepus.
Yeah,
I,
just change that on my notes.
I suppose you might be right, Ebenezer. I suppose.
Do I have any history with Queen Lepus?
Do I?
Probably not. You might have talked to Queen Pius a time or two out of necessity, but you would know just sort of out of the sort of rumor mill that Lepus is never present at royal meetings and seemingly doesn't want seemingly wants nothing to do with it. She's always off doing her own thing, like tiny Princess Leia in Obi-Wan. She doesn't want to be there. She's exploring the wilds.
Kinvath.
Yes, Ren.
Walk up to her
How
after.
badly do you want to talk to her?
Yeah,
Just
let's walk.
Let's
You, okay,
not
you can
encourage.
walk right up.
Oh, there
Um,
goes Maeve. Oh, oh God.
So there is a little drop that you gotta kind of hang down and drop down, and as you do so, she can kind of see you approaching, and she goes, "Oh, new friends. New constituents?
Hello, Your Majesty.
Oh,
She knows
please,
we're
no. Lepus, please, just Lepus.
Okay. We were actually sent here to check out like the poison. Just make sure.
What do you know about that?
Just that it's affecting the tree. We're like
Invisible
how
She
bottle.
turns her head towards the line of
Ow.
constituents in the room. Guards, take the rest of them out. We'll deal with that later, and I've got important business to deal with. You gotta keep that quiet.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. So many people I gotta know now.
You can just kill him.
That is a strangely aggressive way to handle that situation. And that feels like that should be addressed at a later time.
Are we down there? Did we go
That's a
down
good
there?
one.
I didn't
You tell
fucking
me.
go down there.
I would have.
Ebenezer made his way down.
Okay.
After everyone was pushed out, then I would probably go down there as well.
Okay, so who did go down? Okay. So not Ren or Vesper. Got it. Nailed it.
I almost did.
I was Callum. So that's all it was there.
I
I'd
need to
stay
hit
up on
the
the
accent
perch,
one.
not necessarily hiding, but I would stay up on the perch for now.
Okay.
I assume I can hear the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big open space room. So are you gonna fix it?
We'd like to maybe try.
Well, geez, anything to get me out of this throne. Yes. Guards, watch the door, lock it, and if anybody asks, I'm pregnant.
Taking a nap.
Nope, that's bad. Don't say that to anyone, actually.
Kinfaz will.
Taking
You're
a nap.
pregnant?
Oh, God.
Conjuration magic!
There's
Anyhow,
another door.
I'm going to run from that problem now. Let's go. She moves behind her throne, and this mole hole spreads open, and from the inside of it, you can see the very ends of like a long route that seems to be coming down this, and it is black and inky and corrupted, not looking good. But
Just
she
like me.
says, "Well, are all of you coming up top?"
Yeah, I would come down.
Oh, that's me. Yes.
Very well, new friends. Good to meet all of you. I'm Lepis. And all of you are.
I am Kinfath, renowned monk, helper of people. Pleasure to meet you.
Wow. So, gentlemanly. Good to meet you.
I'm Maeve.
Maeve, a pleasure.
Good morning.
No names. Okay.
Okay.
Nameless.
Kalen or Jethro? No.
Well, good to meet you, Kaelinor.
I'm
And-
Ebenezer, and you're a bunny, a talking bunny.
I mean, I'm a fey queen. But yeah, I guess a mortal
It is
would see
truly
funny.
extraordinary.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
sort of what sort of magic is this a disguise?
Oh no, sir. This
Good
is what I
lord.
look like. This is
I will
this is
smack
what I am.
Ebenezer on the back of the head.
I'm naturally curious.
I can appreciate curiosity. I'm quite curious myself. Well, very well then. And you two just don't seem to be like the rest of them. Oh, I don't know if we've met before.
Like a polite half bow Ren of the Court of Flora.
Court of Flora. Okay.
Morgan.
You must be Dahlia's servant. Very well.
Advisor.
Makes sense that you would be here. And you appear to be from the Court of Gemstones.
Morgan.
Morgan. Okay. Amethyst also was here recently. Yeah. Very well. Onward we go. And she starts walking down this tunnel.
In fact, this land is truly fascinating. A talking bunny. I mean,
You don't have to be rude. That's a being, Ebenezer.
I have nothing against bunnies.
Next time, now I'm backhanding Ebenezer upside the head.
What
the heck?
race is Ebenezer?
Human,
Yes.
I
A
think.
human.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Huh?
I would say, Ebenezer, how would you feel if someone came up to you in your home and said, "Wow, a human? That's extraordinary. What kind of magic can you do?"
Isn't that what
we must be
everybody's
aware.
done to us in this realm? Is to
Well,
come to us and be like, humans.
I suppose you have me there, Ebenezer, but we must be better than them.
Well,
This giant bunny lady looks back at you and she says, "My ears are very good for hearing, by the way. It's okay. I'm not offended. But all of you aren't humans, right? You're many mortal races."
Indeed.
I am human.
It shows.
It shows you. Very follow this path for what seems to be like miles, like of just following this twisting route as it goes along this path. It goes down and down and down until finally, after a long time, you can start to see like a faint glow at the end of the tunnel. When you finally get to the end of it, what you see is very hard to comprehend, even for the Fae among you. There is this massive tree, dwarfing even Lepus by a lot. Like, she looks like. Actually, have you ever seen Avatar and how that massive world tree looks? Rather similar, but what you see here is all of these leaves are different colors. Like, the trunk itself is like a white gray, sort of like a birch. But it's just a cascade of every color you can think of. Like, there are blues deeper than the sky and greens that make you feel like you're picnicking with your family, and yellow that reminds you of stepping out into the warmth of the sun after a long winter. There are violets that make you feel at peace in your soul and mind and body. There are oranges that remind you of autumn and the childhood joy of jumping in leaf piles. Then there are browns and blacks and whites and everything in between. And it all is shimmering and iridescent and so constantly changing that it's almost hard to look at. And that fills up a lot of the space here, but it's like a giant mile-high cavern with this huge tree in it. Roots spreading all along the ground here, and it seems to be like a little mossy sort of cove isn't the right word, not a swamp either, but just like a little. There's some water running down from underneath one of the roots of the tree, and it seems to sort of swirl around it and then ends in a puddle there. So there are like toads jumping about and small crickets and little critters all around, and seems to be flourishing with life. There's that pond that you all see, and there's also a small little carved out cavern over on the left side. And I think that is all the description I can think of for this room. Hopefully
Good
that paints a
words.
picture.
Good words.
Good words.
Thank you. But you enter in here, and the first thing you would notice is this. Well, I guess you would notice a tree, but other than that, is this route that you've been following connects to the base of the tree, and right above it, you see a symbol that none of you would recognize, but I will actually put it here in the map and info. Looks like this.
Ha. Ha ha ha.
Biohazard, says Kinfeth.
No, he doesn't.
Not really. Is it black and white, just like the photo? Like, is the...
So it is, it's not black and white. It is a glowing in almost like an ember.
Where is this at?
It's on the base of the tree or on the trunk, but right above where this black root was
The
that you've
root,
been
okay.
following. And you can see that root has been corrupted, and it's starting to go down other ones as well as up the trunks of the tree.
Okay.
So, Lepus, what do you know about this?
Well, it's sort of a well kept secrets of the queens, but
Not that well.
supposedly it's the source of the magic in the Fae, and if it were to go away, the Fae would cease to exist.
The poison, though. Who or where?
Oh,
Or
well,
what?
some time ago, my mom invited a guy into our court because he was very tricky and really fit our whole sort of scheme. But he decided to use the sigil on the tree, and I'm not sure why he would hate us all. We were so kind to him, but I'm sure he must have his reasons.
Is this individual still here?
No. In fact, he killed my mom and left.
I'm sorry.
You do know this is Luther, right?
No, I did not put two and two together.
Way to go, Dick.
Was his
That was
name
Morgan saying
Luther?
that, by the way.
Yeah,
Is that supposed to be immediate evident to us?
it was very explicitly said to us.
Mm-hmm.
When?
Take notes, Riley.
last episode?
Speaking of taking notes, could you remind me the name of this tree real quick?
Big.
It hasn't really been
You
named.
said-
I would like to ask the name of the tree is. What is it called?
Brazil.
Hold on.
Carlos.
The
Let me
world.
check my notes actually.
Sorry, I'm taking notes, and I was
Walter.
called. I just had tree.
Pulchritudo is its name.
Oh God. Pol. P-O-L.
Pulchritudo. Pulchritudo.
That was a lot of letters pretty fast.
Yeah.
Sorry. Pulchritudo.
Couldn't just be named Robert.
Or Pauli for fucking.
This is our all power for World Tree. His name is Bill.
And
His name is Robert.
in one more question. This is located specifically in the trickster realm we're in.
Yes, and it is in a sort of geographical sense the lowest point in the Fey realm, because the trickster court is beneath everything else. You have to take tunnels to get there, and this is
Gotcha.
miles beneath that.
So are the courts like? Sorry, I just trying to get an idea of what we're looking at here. Are they like stacked on top of each other, or are they like kind of like this is like the underground and the other courts are like spread out like the top of a continent?
Like that. In fact, I think I have a shoddy representation of it. Hold on, let me find it.
Kind of
It's
like how
in the group chat you
Bellafall
made
was
with Zach and I.
underground.
Links the entire book of Dante's Inferno. Oh, whoa.
There you go. And so this is all sort of the top. The trickster court you see is just a tiny little thing between fauna and gemstone. That is not specifically where you would find them. There are these rabbit holes or squirrel holes specifically, all throughout different Fey pockets.
For all these references, I need to make a capture of the monitor I'm looking at them on.
Queen Lapis, I did Did Dahlia or Queen Dahlia, Queen Amethyst, did either of them come to visit you in the last few days? Do they know about this?
Yes. In fact, Queen Dahlia said, "I'm going to do something about this," and then she left, and Amethyst was with her, and so they certainly know. But I don't know what that's come of. I'm just sort of trying to deal with being a queen. This is new, and I don't like it.
I'll do it for you.
Deal. Yes? Do you want to be a queen? I don't know how we can make that happen, but we can make that happen.
Deal.
Kinfith will,
All right.
will walk up to Lepus and do the deepest bow that he possibly can while still
Please stop.
standing up.
No. Nope. Just get up. Absolutely not.
He'll stand up. Lepus, oftentimes in life, we are forced to do things that we may not want to. But life is a game. And to accomplish the things that we don't want to do, you must play the game. And my advice to you is to learn how to play the game so that you may be a queen that has power and say in the world that she is involved in. And I will bow again and walk away.
Wise words from a wise monk, but that sounds fucking terrible. I don't want to be involved. I just want to have fun in the woods with my friends. Anyway, I'm not sure what there is for you to find here, but by all means, have a look around.
I would like to cast Identify.
On
Sure,
fucking what?
The tree and the sigil.
The tree.
Remind me
What I
again
mean?
if I specifically supposed to tell you.
I'm sorry?
Remind me, what does Identify say specifically tells you?
I will.
Also been cast on it, something like that?
If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, I learn its properties and how to use them. I learn what spells are affecting the item and what they are, if it was created by a spell. Mostly about the sigil, like what it is, if I get anything with that spell. If it was created by a spell, I learn what spell created it. I don't know if I read that part. I might have.
So this is technically not a spell, but
Did it suddenly just become technically not a spell?
no, it's always been technically not a spell. It is sort of a magical effect, but yeah, it's the wording of this game. I will say it is. What is this style of magic, actually? One moment.
Is it a hex
In a sense,
or a curse?
Conjuration?
it is technically conjuration magic.
Conjuration magic.
Real dumb. But
It's Misty Step.
there's no reason for that to be conjuration. But
I would like to punch this sigil.
I would recommend not doing that. I would
Do
stop
it.
you are welcome to punch the sigil.
I don't know how to punch the sigil.
Okay. I will say that Identify is able to tell you that it is a form of conjuration magic. Maybe bordering towards transmutation as well. It does that do any sort of like detect evil and good type thing? Or is that's just its own thing?
It is its own thing.
That is its own thing, and I didn't prepare it.
This is certainly things you would get that this is a magical property that was placed here via transmutation and or conjuration. The tree itself was created by a spell.
Oh.
Do the identify voice. Has been
This is another use of the Identify spell. This here is a a ward placed here using some form of transmutation and conjuration magic combined. This
Kinveth will
tree
ma-
itself is quite astounding, beyond my knowledge, but certainly created by a spell of its own. This has been a use of the identify spell. Ba-doom.
Kinfeth will be like looking at a root, pretending to be intrigued, and then once he hears conjuration magic, will like give a icy glare towards the sigil.
Is that something that is announced when I cast that spell, or is it something I just...
Oh, that's
Does
a
it
good
like
point.
come out of my hand like a loudspeaker?
Which would you prefer it be?
For potential future hazardous consequences, in my head.
Okay, it can be in your head.
Kinfeth will be intrigued by a root.
Hey, while we're vibing, what happens if I try to grab the root and druid craft it up? Can I help it grow healthily in a new direction?
As you reach out and you try to druidcraft this root, you see if for a brief moment your druidcraft does seemingly heal it, but very quickly the corruption around it seeps back into the spot and re-corrupts it.
Would I notice any differences between this corruption and the one that I've seen?
It looks identical.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
I would pull out the stick out of my bag and be like, I'll show Vesper as he's like trying to heal it. And I'll be like, this is from the tree from my village. Trust me, I've tried everything and I can't find anything that'll work. And I show him that it's fucked up.
What happens if I touch it and do the same thing?
I don't. That's a good question. Maeve touches it all the. If you are you trying to druidcraft it?
Yeah.
That is something that you should mechanically ask Ivy is okay, because it is currently a source of her magic item, and if it's cured, that might change.
Um,
Will it even work?
Gonna have to roll
You'd have to
something.
try to
Oh,
find
God.
out.
Oh god.
I don't know if Maeve would even let him actually touch it though. She'd probably like, I would need him to like say something first. She'd be like, don't touch it though.
Oh.
As you pull out the stick, actually, Maeve would notice as it sort of rests in her hand, it seemingly sort of sounds in a direction towards the pond. If you're familiar with sounding, it's an old trackers thing where you hold out a stick and it's supposed to point you in the right direction of water. But yeah, it seemingly has us pull towards the pond. Would Maeve follow that pull?
Yes, 100%.
Cool.
She would probably also tell anyone nearby. So she was just talking to Vesper. She'd be like,
I'd
"Whoa,
go.
Vesper, do you see this?" And then start walking towards it.
No, you're making that shit
Incredible.
up. It's like an Ouija board.
No, I swear, bro.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, Ouija. Zach, are you here?
I just returned.
Perfect.
We have a Ouija board now.
Were you able to hear us that whole time, or do you need?
I came back to Maeve noticing a pole.
Okay, gotcha. Maeve, as you approached and Vesper went, did anyone else specifically want to have heard that or go up with?
If I was told, I would go.
It to like anyone that was close. So if you were like over by the route that was messed up, then you would have heard it.
Sure.
I was like, "Whoa, guys!"
I follow.
Cool. As you approach this pond, you see it sort of swirl in a motion, and you see little lilies seemingly spawning out of nowhere in this swirl as they grow into existence. And the stick itself wobbles on the edge of your hand, seemingly wanting to go into the pool.
It has Ren's attention.
I drink it.
Hmm. Well, can I go with it? 'Cause I don't want to let go. Like,
Sure.
I just walk into the.
By all means.
Hope it's not weird.
I think you
Guess we'll
should just
find out.
go.
So
Yeah.
Maeve just like dives into the pond with it.
I'd say something first. I'd be
Okay.
like,
Cannonball!
yeah. No, I'd be like, I think it wants to, and then like get pulled into the, yeah.
Incredible. As
Um,
you submerge into this water, the stick remains in your hand, and the light above from where the start of this pond would have been seems to fade quickly as you realize you are submersed in a lot larger body of water than you would have anticipated. But you hear a voice speaking to you in multiplicities. It sounds like many voices speaking in unison, as it says, "Your tree is dying. Your trees are dying. And so therefore am I. And in turn the Fae. This sickness can be cleansed. Find the Blight's clarity. It will save your trees and help to save me." And the voice fades and the light reappears at the top of the pool.
Shit. Swimming back up.
Great
So,
plan.
Do you
Don't
guys
drown.
want to go in
Mhm.
next, or like?
What does Maeve say as she resurfaces?
Okay, we can go now.
She would like catch her breath and stand up, and like kind of wipe it off and be like, wow, okay. There was these voices, and did you guys hear that?
No.
Do you hear anything?
No.
Yes. No.
They,
No.
I don't know what that was, but they said to find the Blight's clarity, and it would save all the trees and them, whoever they are. Does that ring a bell to anybody?
Lepus.
I don't know, does it?
I think actually that would ring a bell to Kaelinor in some of his previous studies.
Huh?
It would.
Oh.
It would. Recently, in fact, it would. I
How
sent you
recent?
something the other day.
Stand by. Stand by.
Didn't do
stand
his
by.
homework.
Actually, how recent?
Which? Oh!
Because
Aha! Yeah, I just did. Come on, man. There's like 8 goddamn proper nouns that I've never heard before. In the
You hear, buddy?
paragraph you sent me.
So after 15 seconds of blank stares, Kaelinor, oh yes!
Actually, funny enough, I'm gonna reach into my pack and pull out a journal. One of the things I did at Bugseth, I was given intel on places potentially containing magical artifacts, and sent out on behalf of the college to bring them out. On my last expedition, one that we didn't get to, was a place that was said to contain the Blight's clarity. It was a maze of tunnels.
Maeve is right there.
Maze. I'm gonna like.
Corn. Duh.
A maze of tunnels beneath a mountain, south of Taladoga.
Oh, great.
Supposed to be dangerous to navigate because of some corruption, but there's supposed to be an amulet called the Blight's Clarity located there that was supposed to cleanse the corruption, but the person who was gifted it did not complete their task. Exposition.
Oh,
So, that may be something to go check out.
yeah, I mean, that sounds like exactly
Talon-
what we're looking for if I had to
It does.
put two quest steps together.
Anybody ever been to Taladoga?
I don't think so. Where is that
I
at?
happen to be from Taladoga.
Then
Said so.
definitely not.
And,
Yeah.
that is where I was raised. I've actually not been back for a number of years at this point. I could lead us in the surrounding area near Taladoga for sure. I know that land like the back of my hand. And Kinvath will hold up the back of his hand.
The land is furry?
No, just I know it. There's fur on this.
Hey,
and
hey,
I
hey,
know that.
Lepis.
Oh.
Yes.
How fast has this spread?
Well, this was put here a few months ago. So it's not in dire straits, I suppose, but it has been seeming to speed up over time as it sort of overtakes more and more of it.
Are we assuming the tree will heal if we cleanse the blight, or do we think it will be crippled?
Oh, well, I suppose cleansing the blight is a good thing. I can't imagine that would hurt anything. Actually, in this moment, Ren, your sword that is, it grows on it, when at will, seemingly starts to sprout out of your hand unwillingly and pull you as well towards this pool.
Oh.
Should I make like a check with disadvantage? Like a,
Oh, you should get
I
him.
don't know. Am I being forced? Am I being
No,
pulled?
you're not being forced, but you feel like this magnetic sort of energy pull towards it.
The claw. Guess I was just talking, so everyone's probably looking my way. I would just not say anything and maybe turn to the pond, walk that way, maybe look back once at like Maeve specifically,
I would say.
and then, oh, did you go ahead?
If I saw you walk over there, I'd be like, "Hey man, be careful. It's kind of really weird in there." And then I would like go over to the edge. If you're going in, I want to be by the edge in case of danger.
I love the stance, just in case.
Does it slowly like drop off? Do I have to dive in, or can I walk in?
You could walk.
I'll just walk in and say, not much has been normal recently.
As your second foot leaves the sort of edge, again, you go down deeper than it looks. It looks not that deep, but once you're in it, you're pulled beneath the surface. The light above disappears, and you hear exactly what Maeve heard, these multiplicity voices speaking to you. My child, your tree is dying as well. It must be cleansed in a far-off land. Many people aren't aware of it, and surely not you, not now. But you must visit Thonia. Then the light reappears above you, and the voice disappears.
I would probably climb out, maybe like pat myself off. Who's ever heard of Thonia?
What the
Have I
fuck's
heard
a
of Thonia?
Thonia?
The name is foreign to me.
Kaylin, also Zach, you're just trees right now. Could you scooch forward just a tad for me?
I turned the game up because I'm eating.
Oh, okay.
Food cam.
Kaylin, you can give me a history check, DC 15, to see if you have any text on Thonia.
Nope.
Don't you roll those with advantage?
Roll again.
Yeah, I thought you rolled history checks with advantage.
11. I don't roll history checks with advantage, but I didn't pass either time I rolled.
All right. So
Just
no,
make it
none of-
11.
None of you have heard of Thonia, as far as I'm aware.
Can he roll it again?
Nope.
Can I roll a history check?
No.
You can roll me a DC 22 history check.
You haven't heard of the most famous pizza place in like the regular human world.
I rolled a 22.
I
Because
don't.
I have advantage on history checks.
Why do you have advantage on history checks about a place?
Because Blood Hunter is great.
That's so I know what that is, and that wouldn't work here. I don't think. I don't.
What is giving you advantage on history checks? That's important to know.
I get to choose a specific modifier, and it's in intellect. But I don't know why that one is, but whatever.
Okay, so it is advantage to recall information about fae, fiends, or undead. Which unfortunately this is not it. So I'm gonna say
I
that's
just
a
wanted
nat
to be
one.
annoying.
Close.
So no, yeah, none of you have heard of Thonia before. This is a new place to all of you.
I imagined like some Inglorious Bastard type shit. Like, who's ever heard of Thonia? Roll credits.
Meanwhile, in Thonia,
Slam cut.
nope.
No. God.
I think I met her one
Stuff
time.
you
She had long hair and an axe. And said, "Get out of my." I don't know. No.
I must have missed something.
No, he's making a joke about meeting a person named Thonia.
Maybe her name was Darla. I don't know.
If there is a place called Thonia, I hope their king is cool.
Probably not.
Yeah, so you get this new information from these ponds. Does anyone want to do any more investigation of the room or of the tree or see
Sure.
what may be about?
I would like
I
to
just wanna
dunk my
investigate.
head in the pond.
What do you want to investigate, Morgan?
I'm serious.
What I didn't hear. What we'll get to you in a second. Sorry. What would you like to investigate?
Can I investigate and/or survival check the poison? See if I can.
Yeah. See if you can like survive it.
No, just investigate it.
Okay.
Lick it.
Yeah.
Is this
go ahead.
considered fey? Or am I gonna have to roll it normally?
It is not. And
We're
I
in the
think
fey. It also says undead, so question mark.
not well.
Hmm.
Fiend.
Hmm.
It's definitely not a
Not-
fiend.
Specifically undead. Well,
Hmm.
Isn't undead a
yeah, you get
specific type of
advantage from this.
Aha.
Definitely not taking note of that as a player.
17.
All right, yeah, with a 17, well, you immediately know this is not of the Fae. Whatever magic this is has nothing to do with this realm. It came from somewhere else. It does have a sense of undeath to it, mainly death itself, but it's all like because of the life that is growing here and within it. It's almost like bringing itself back. And tell me specifically, does Morgan touch any part of it in its investigation?
I mean, I feel like I would have to.
Okay. As you touch the sigil, the sort of glowing redness of it does burn you a bit as you touch it.
Would that
It's
have
hot.
happened to me when I cast Identify on it?
No.
I also
physically
touched
like-
it.
It
that
identifies
like-
a touch.
Oh, do you touch it to identify it?
Is it like 15 points of damage?
Let me double.
30.
Yeah, it'd be like
Yeah,
one,
it
if
does,
anything.
it does required.
Okay, so you also would have felt the heat of it.
Good to know.
It's hot.
It's hot.
What happens if I try to spare the dying on this?
On the tree or on the sigil?
On the parts of the tree affected by the corruption specifically. Touch a living creature, becomes stable, no effect on undead or constructs.
It would not stabilize.
Okay, I would have tried that with the druidcraft thing.
Sure, yeah, and it would come to a similar effect. Like, it would seemingly look like it's working, and then it would just
So it's stuck in
corrupt.
this sort of state.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would seem that until it is entirely cleansed all at once, for lack of a better example off the top of my head, imagine cancer. And if you got most of it out, that'd be great, but it would continue to fester and spread it once again and refill. So unless you get all of it, then it will continue to be a problem.
Can I
Could reset it.
walk up to the sigil and like hold my arm out and grow a sword so that the plant sword touches the sigil with the tip of the sword? What happens?
Is your let me check on something.
Bladed greatsword coming in hot.
How much HP do you have, Ren?
Does your sword have HP?
Can I ready a throw action?
Nope. Too late.
Yeet.
As you touch your sword to it, because of the properties that it has, you, I believe, hear deep whispers. It was almost through the sword itself as you touch this. And the whispers are very difficult to make out anything specifically. But it seems like many voices, as opposed to the multiplicity of a single unison voice, feels like there are many voices trying to reach out to you here, separately and on their own volition. But it's so hard to make out between all of them, and they are drowned out themselves by, sort of in the background of this noise, screams, relentless screams.
And that just floods my head all at once.
But no one else hears that?
Nope, just as he touches that. As this is happening, though, as you guys are all investigating this, Vesper, something catches your eye while the group is busy, and you see just a small white koi sort of swims its way up these sort of twisting rivers towards the cave over on the left side. And before it goes in, it turns back and you could swear it looked right at you.
Ooh.
Please run after it.
I'm going. Like, mid-conversation, I just slink away.
Do I see him leave?
No. I don't know, do you?
Would you be paying attention to
You don't.
what Ren is doing, you think? That is
You
a
don't, I'm
24
sneaking.
stealth check as well.
I have +3 perception, so I don't. I'd have to nat 20.
Do you think you would? Do you think?
I think I would be
in
paying
character,
attention to
he
where
would
he
be-
was. But
You can. Oh yeah, you'd have to nat. If you want to try to nat 20 to see him leave, you can, but that's up to you.
Imagine.
nope.
Kinfeth?
Yes. So, for the entire time that this conversation has been happening about the sigil, I and Kinfeth both have been thinking about whether or not he was going to dive into that pool. Is there a chance that I would have seen Vesper go in? Because he would not have been paying attention to the sigil. He would have been specifically thinking about whether or not he should jump into this pool.
Sure. So this is not in the pool. There's a cave on the left that
Okay,
was described
cool.
as you all
Okay.
entered.
Never mind then.
I think you're right. I was
tricky.
near the pool. If that
Yeah, so
changes
you
where
might have
you were
seen him
paying
leave.
attention. Yeah.
And we'll come back to if Kinfeth wants to jump in too.
I don't see him.
But yeah, you sort of slink off to this cave, and this fish goes through and just sort of passes around the corner, so you lose eyesight of it as it goes through this cave. This little hole. You following it right away?
Well, I'm going to get there and look around and obviously not see it. And then I'm going to go, hey, wait. And then after a second, maybe I'll start sneaking in.
Sure. You go sort of through this little hole in the wall, and there appears to be in here, there's its own sort of little running water pond here, but not much, not nearly the size as the one outside. But there appears to be a sort of shrine in the center of the room. This carved of wood, seemingly wood made from the pulchritudo, but it's carved and painted, and you see a flowing white eastern dragon around the outside of a staunch seated western black dragon. And
Have
there's a mat right in front of it, seemingly like somebody has worshipped here, but it is dusty and worn, and it seems like they have not been here in a very, very long time.
Have I seen... It's a carving, you said?
Yes.
Have I seen these shapes before?
Yes. Vesper, I think he would not even be entirely cognizant of when or how or where these
Correct.
creatures appear to him.
Just
But they do
immediately
look
familiar.
familiar.
Yeah, okay. Upon getting that feeling, I'm instantly see the mat, see the thing, get the feeling. De-weapon, they go in front of me, and I'm on the mat, on my knees. It just feels right.
Sure.
What do I
Um,
feel?
As you sort of place yourself in this reverent state, you don't hear or physically feel anything, but you get this deep sense within you of balance. You feel the light within you blossom, and you feel the darkness within you fade. And you know, despite no words being passed on to you, that this is a message, that this is sent for you.
Okay. I'm going to hold on to that for a few strong moments. You said there was like a small water pool. Is that in front of this thing, in the same room somewhere else?
Yeah, what I'm imagining is sort of like stones sort of set up and like water running down, and there's like small, almost like bonsai trees on either side of this sort of altar in which this carving is placed. And then the pool itself would just be like at the base of that, so like right in front of you. Yeah.
Okay. Does the water have any sort of smell, or do I have any reason to believe it's something more than water?
You would. I mean, you have seen the water outside be something more than water.
Yeah.
But you believe this is just water.
Okay. Having the feeling of intense peace for the first time in a long time. Having my gear, my bow and my sword, particularly the one that I've used, in front of me, I'm sort of going to be reminded of what we have been forced into recently and what they have done, and feeling this neutral feel that I do. I will be compelled to clean them in the water. So I take the sword out and I dunk it in and I start scrubbing it, and then I leave it in there. I take my bow and I start doing the same thing, my arrows, to rid the life that they have taken from people away.
You don't see any difference, but you feel deep within you as your hands sort of brush through this and your weapons brush through it. For the next 3 attack rolls, I'm going to say you can add a flat 2 damage to all of them. And for the next 3 heals, you can add a flat 2 damage to all of them. Not and or, I mean both. You get both of each.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, even without that in character, it feels really good, and I have been sitting on that of taking and giving and the weight that sort of bears. And it feels good to reset, if you will. Do I have any reason to not stay in here?
No, not in particular. You do see a black koi circling near the front of the cave, seemingly waiting for you.
Okay. After a few moments of really taking in what I'm feeling for the first time, but not, for the first time that I remember, and for a time that I want to remember, after taking that in, I will gather my stuff again with a slightly new posture, and curiosity kicks in again.
By the time you follow the koi outside, it is not gone, or it's gone. You don't see it, but you do see your friend still experiencing something crazy with Ren at the tree, or Ren is experiencing it, and they're all witnessing. Ren, you just moments ago felt this crazy nonsense in your head.
I imagine I'm stuck, stunned, paralyzed, holding that, listening to that, can't move, can't think, frozen.
All right, yeah. I mean, for as long as the sword remains there, you would continue to hear it.
Are we seeing anything happen between the sword and this tree? Or are we just seeing him stand there with the sword next to the tree?
You're just seeing him stand there with the sword next to a tree.
It's like being
My face would be in like total shock, like looking like I'm witnessing like the death of my family or something. I don't know, something catastrophic.
You're right there, Ren.
No response.
Is the sword still on the Sidhu?
Yes.
As far as I know.
I wanna can I kick it off? Like push it out of the way.
A high kick. Look at that.
Yeah, as you do so, the whispers and screams come to an immediate stop.
I would throw the sword, and I'm like getting my bearings, panicked, short of breath, probably like damn near sobbing.
What happened?
So many screams. Just so many voices.
I'm able to say, like in the water?
No. Much more malevolent. How long was I standing there?
20 seconds ish.
Not long.
It feels like I've been there for years.
Did anything bad happen to the sword itself?
You see the tip of the sword, because it is made of living material ish. You do see it sort of singes at the end, but other than that, no. Well, did you all get what you came here for?
I like to imagine, or during all of that, Ebenezer, like as Ren would have been doing the whole motion to the sigil thing, and we started just like doing our own kind of thing. It seemed for a little bit, for a couple of minutes. Ebenezer would have wandered off to the leaves of the tree.
Sure.
In whichever direction.
Also, Kinfath queued up being in the water, I think.
Oh yeah, we should get to that. So the tree itself is incredibly tall. Like the trunks goes like nearly half a mile. But you certainly would find some lower twigs, starting to grow out with some blossoming leaves. How do you interact with them?
That's kind of like, look closely at it. I don't have detect magic, so this is kind of interesting. But he will touch one and then kind of rub it between his thumb and his pointer.
As you touch it, and you sort of rub it there, you notice the colors spreading off of the leaf and onto your finger, and your finger, the dye that is left there is changing and iridescent, much like the tree itself.
I like to pull out a small satchel that I have with a potion vial in it and some like tweezers or something. And I want to cut an edge off.
Sure.
And then to catch that piece, or to hold it and to see what that looks like afterwards.
You're just cutting like a leaf in half, or taking a whole leaf.
Not quite in half. I didn't want to take that much off, but just
sure. But just
an edge.
tip, like looking at the inside of it.
Yeah, or just to see if its properties change, or if the touch changes, or.
Sure. No, as you take the tip off, the leaf itself remains constantly changing. It doesn't seem to, or the tip that you're holding, doesn't seem to lose its properties. You do see the leaves almost appear to recoil a bit, but then the leaf that you cut appears to almost jump from the stem that it was on, and it lands right on your robe, and you hear in multiplicities a gift.
Oh. He'll take that. And Ebenezer will look for some soil if possible.
Sure.
And put that in a potion vial, and then put the leaf in there as well.
Yeah, by all means, you can add that to your inventory if you'd like.
Are you going to propagate the tree? Because I was about to do the same thing.
What's that mean?
Means you cut a piece off to grow it again.
No, Ebenezer has potion making in mind.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, he'll put that together, put a cork in it, and kind of tuck it in his bag, and thank you. And he'll kind of look in awe and wonder of what just happened, and head back to the group.
Amazing. Kinfath, this pond is before you. Is Kinfath going in there?
He's been thinking real hard about this for a while.
Sure.
Because he knows that it's probably a bad idea. But he's also seen 2 other people go in and come back out unscathed. So he's gonna dive in.
Okay.
Would we see him head over there, or do we just have no idea?
I would have been standing by this pond since you first went in.
Okay. I'd stop you, but
Cool. You said you dive right in?
Yeah, fuck it.
You may
Alright.
hear the splash if you weren't over there immediately.
would I?
I imagine
actually
a
like to-
bugbear makes a
He's
big splash.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
large.
you would hear the splash as well as a sort of thud as you take 9 points of blunt damage as you smack into the shallow bottoms of this pond. Head first.
How deep is it?
Like barely deep. How tall is Kinfath?
It's
He's like 7 feet tall, right?
tall. Yeah. He's 6'8".
Yeah, this is like barely 7 feet tall.
Oh. Okay. I will dive in and slam my head on the bottom and then just come back up. Be like, all right. I don't know how you guys did. It seems so fun. That was not cool. And then I'm gonna get out and like dog shake all the water off.
That's good.
Fantastic.
As
Well,
Ebenezer walks back towards the group. So, did we come to a conclusion or a plan, or?
I need to find Thonia.
There's a tree. We should help this tree first, right?
Seems like there's trees all over, and this is a priority. Seems like they're all priorities.
I would
Well-
say saving the trees.
I'm not entirely sure how to get to Thonia, but we do have a present local goal that we could try to first that would help these trees quickly. Hopefully.
Maybe we'll learn about Thonia on the way.
I need to use the restroom. Keep role playing. I can hear it all.
Can I cut a tree leaf off and keep it? He can't say no. Oh, yeah, okay.
He can't say no.
He gave you a thumbs up.
Can I?
Just do it. There is no can or can.
There is no DM.
Yeah.
He's gonna bounce through the wall.
Anarchy!
Now.
Ebenezer ascends to level 20.
Hey, Ebenezer, do
And
you
then immediately dies.
do you have more of those vials?
Potion vials.
Yeah, could I borrow or even buy one? From
I
you?
can just lend it to your friend. What do you?
If
What
I
do you have
break
in
it,
mind?
I'll pay for it. But can I borrow it in the meantime?
Yeah, what do you have in mind? And he'll throw it to you.
Randy,
Athletics
give me
check.
I feel like
give me
that's
an
a
athletics
check.
That can't be.
Hey,
Okay, it might
Foster,
be.
I know where you are. Knock twice on the wall if that would be in athletics. Knock 3 times if that would be like a flat dex.
He's shitting.
It's 100% Dex.
Let's make, since we're the DMs here, let's make the fail low, like a 3.
What's your primary stat? It's a charisma check.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Wow.
13.
I think with a 13, you're able to catch a bottle being tossed directly.
Maybe
to
it
you,
like
yeah.
bounces like once and I catch it.
Whoa,
Right. Yeah. I would like to take a few leaves from the tree. You describe them as having like an iridescent.
Yes. I will say, as Vesper. I'm sorry, I keep struggling. I keep wanting to call you Callum.
It's just by
Vesper
my
and-
face.
Yeah.
Don't look
that's
at me.
Callum. As Vesper cut off his leaf, you notice the glow be lesser than the one in Ebenezer's bottle. And the same thing would be true of Ren's if you'd like to collect some.
To be clear here, I don't know how far I would have walked to get to where I was, but I imagine you guys didn't actually get to see quite what I was doing.
I would
You
certainly
came
not
back
have
with an
seen it.
iridescent leaf on your.
I put it away,
That's
so it's in my satchel.
true.
I'll
That
being
forego
said,
what I was thinking. Undo the bottle thing.
Okay.
you sure?
Yeah.
I
I
wouldn't.
mean, you can
know.
ask me. You can ask me if I have a potion bottle on me or something.
I wouldn't. Why would I if I? You see what I'm? Yeah.
You've
so
been to
just ignore
potions
it.
and lotions.
Ignore it. It's all good.
I would have absolutely done that anyway, and I didn't see Ebenezer do that.
I don't
would've-
intentionally mean to keep this a secret from you guys. It's just that's how it happened. I
Sure.
imagined.
I want to cut off like a leaf and a little branch that it's growing from, and I put it in a leather wrap that has other leaves in it.
Cool. Absolutely. And again, you do notice that the glow seems to fade ever so slightly. It is still changing, it is still glowing, but it is faded ever so slightly.
Sure.
Did
And
I see that happen?
I don't see why not.
I wasn't necessarily hiding that. I'll do that as I venture back to the group.
Then I would, because I know about it.
Okay, you catch the bottle. You have a chance to
Leaves
grab
in the
some leaves.
bottle. I'd like to scoop up a little bit of water, or some water from one of the springs or the rivers or whatever, and kind of shake it up. Do I get like a
Espresso shot.
dye?
I think the leaves would need to be muddled, but I am sure an alchemist kit comes with a muddler if you have one, Ebenezer.
I have one.
If
For
Ebenezer
the time.
doesn't have an alchemist kit, we need to just put one in
I
his thing
have-
for free. Okay.
I have one.
Good.
I'll probably
But
hold
I'm-
on to that for a minute though.
But unless directed otherwise, like Ebenezer's completely oblivious.
Cool.
But he will say though, as he as he's back with the group and he sees you two picking up leaves, what do you guys plan on doing with your leaves?
Am I back with the group at this point?
Yeah, I imagine you'd
Okay.
probably be rejoining.
Well, I hope to try to grow this large thing, at least in a small, containable setting, and study it in a more obtainable way.
I want to look fabulous.
Both of these reasonings are very valid. Very
Oh.
valid.
And the bit that Vesper took, is any bit of this corruption stuff visible, or is it like a piece that is not affected by it?
I would have notably took a piece that was.
Was.
Yeah. Well, no, it's only in a small-ish contained area. So no, I wouldn't have. I don't think.
Is it in a small contained area? I thought it was like.
It's
In
spreading
comparison.
from the thing into some roots, but like most of the tree is still good.
Are there any
For now.
leaves that are of this? Like,
That are corrupted?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, they certainly be on the ground. You see that they are black. They look almost charred and they're withered.
Okay. I would take one of each and stay on brand.
Is there any like liquid, like ooze or anything coming out of this tree where it's infected, or is it just a surface thing?
I would have thought initially that it was a service thing, but that's a good thought.
Ring out a vine.
Make me an investigation check to see if you can find any.
That's my third 2, I think, tonight, with plus 6s.
From the basic investigation that you can do to it, it doesn't appear to be anything. No.
I would like to try to, where it's notably infected, take my dagger and like try and chip off a few pieces of bark, just like little tiny like 1-inch long things, into a vial from my alchemy kit.
Yeah, you can add that to your inventory by all means.
I got real worried, and then I remembered your shit isn't like living material.
It is not. Does the tree react at all when I chip off pieces of bark?
Nope.
Ivy, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, but no.
Brother.
Changed my mind.
Okay. Is the queen still here?
Yeah, she's just kind of sitting back by the entrance, just kind of watching you all do your thing, curious as ever.
Immediately after tree sampling, I'm gonna approach Lola Bunny. Hey, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think we're gonna need a little bit of sample, if you will, so we can figure this out.
That's fine with me, as long as you guys are working to, get it done. It makes no difference to me.
Yeah. I just wanted that to be clear. I will figure out what this is. I fucking
appreciate
love
that.
plants.
So that whole light's clarity thing you're talking about is that where we're all headed off to?
Oh, if I had to analyze the decision-making capabilities of this group of people, I would say maybe.
Fath, I would love to see your homeland. I am quite looking forward to it, in fact. I'm not much of an adventurer. I haven't gotten around.
It's a place. Prepare to be surprised. If we do,
If we
go into
prepare to,
Talatoga.
I'll approach the group. If we prepare to be surprised, we can't be surprised.
Well, I will prove you wrong, my friend, if we choose to go into Talatoga, but I'm excited to show you all where I'm from.
We need to recharge the lantern.
That is a fact. Shit.
Only the queen could do it, right?
Which queen is that, by the way?
Amethyst lantern.
Okay, so not the one that we just saw in a battle. The
Yeah.
other. Okay.
How do
I'm
we do
also
that? Is that
dying.
a
I
long
need-
rest?
I need a long rest.
How do you recharge it?
We have to go.
You
to
go
the
talk to her.
Okay.
I think.
I need a long rest though.
Tell me why you need a long rest.
I'm dying. I got hit by a fireball.
Right.
Let's return to
You don't
the
need one.
gemstone court, get a rest, and refill our lantern. So that's the court we had a place to sleep, correct?
Yep.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Are we pursuing the blight cleanser thing?
I
Right.
personally think it's our
The only
most
one that
practical
fits.
move.
I think we've connected a lot of dots recently, which feels good.
I would agree.
Maeve, you would like to go to the blight, yes?
Yeah. The water made it pretty clear that I should.
Then it's settled.
Alright.
Recharge the lantern, get some pizza, and then go to the blight.
I would love pizza right now. Ooh.
Are we able to go to the confluence from here?
Yes.
Yeah, technically, this is the Court of Tricksters. I would say, in the presence of this tree, you can do it freely. Like no roll required to make it work. There's just something about this tree that feels powerfully arcanic that you can just use it.
Well, actually, Morgan, do you have the lantern right now?
Yeah.
Didn't I give that to you?
Yes. What do you want?
So,
Plug it in.
Morgan,
Straight
you
to
have the
the-
lantern.
Yeah. Yes.
Get
As I-
the lantern out.
You don't need the lantern
As I
for
say, I don't
cross
think we need it.
for this part. You just needed to go to the mortar realm.
Get the lantern out.
I see where
Flip
this.
around.
And okay, I see.
This is where
very
we.
confusing.
This is where we stand hand in hand in a circle and believe ourselves into going
are
forward.
happening here.
I thought we
Okay.
needed the lantern to do that, though.
Me too.
I thought that like while we could do it for free, Foster, we would still need the lantern as our conduit.
You need the lantern to do this between the mortal and fey realms, but just between the fey realms, you don't technically need it at all.
So, interesting.
It's a matter of will.
As we are willing ourselves out of here, can I make a like a final I'm not sure what the check would be actually when I think about how I'd ask this, but do I get a
Yes.
sense of anything from the pond? Like a feeling or maybe like an intuition?
Inside.
Roll me
Initiative.
insight against your own passive perception.
What the? Okay.
Okay, hold on. Insight. Didn't notice shit.
You can see it, man.
I'm in a room.
Yeah, no, nothing in particular stuck out to you about it.
Are there any? I completely lost any of the trail that I was following. One last scan around the room. Is there anything that would make me think that was real and not just fake?
The whole room?
Sure.
Oh, say your question again. I'm sorry, I was looking at these stats.
My trail went cold after I reemerged from the smaller room. One last scan around the larger room. Is there anything that would make me feel like that wasn't an illusion?
You might be led to believe that the koi itself was an illusion,
Mm-hmm.
but you know the feelings that you felt, and certainly this physical statue that was there was real.
Okay.
Maeve.
Before we leave, would anything happen to like Maeve's blight being near the source of it? I imagine it would like be getting worse over time, but like I don't know if being around this would change it at all. If you think.
Good point.
That is a great point.
Necrosis. You're dead.
Damn it.
Huh. Could I have you make a Arcana check at the sigil itself? Okay, I don't want to make your character do anything. Would Maeve be willing to walk up and Arcana check the sigil? Okay, go ahead and give me Arcana.
YOLO.
YOLO.
Oh man. All right.
Okay. Could you then please give me a Constitution saving throw?
Rip.
Yeah.
Oh, F.
I regret nothing.
I regret nothing.
Amazing.
What is? Oh, gotta pull up a different character sheet. Give me a minute.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
it's, oh, it's the guy.
It's Colina.
Boo.
Oh my god.
As you go and you try to meld your sense of magic with this magic itself, it recognizes itself. And with the
Spider-Man meme.
unfortunately very good but failed Constitution check, Maeve is pulled towards the sigil. It becomes a single solid color of light. She is pulled through and it closes.
What?
When in the timeline did this happen?
Right before you are all about to leave.
Like we're
My bad,
forming a circle
Karen.
and she just boom.
Sorry about
Yep.
that. What the fuck?
Just pulled the kid
Damn it!
over here.
I did this to myself. I shouldn't have asked. God damn it.
Why'd you
Alright.
YOLO? Why'd you YOLO?
So,
I regret nothing.
Over here pulling a keyleth. Traveling through trees.
Oh my god!
questions.
Uh-huh.
Several questions.
Oh my god.
So,
That tree just ate Maeve.
corruption in the sigil still there, but just a portal like opened up, consumed her, and then disappeared?
Yep.
Okay.
That feels like one question. What are the others?
Fuck, with a question mark on the end.
Wow.
The
I'm
fuck?
What the fuck?
I'm gonna run over and like 9 3/4 into the tree.
I
God
would
damn
like
it.
to.
Keep
I
that
would like to
up,
try
Sam.
and stop you from doing that real quick.
Try fucking.
Hold on. Like, can I intervene in that some way?
Strength check.
Kinfeth would do the exact same thing upon seeing someone
Help.
else do it
Strength
first.
check.
What the fuck?
Ebenezer would try
okay.
to stop these guys from.
We're all
running
just trying to
as well.
stop. Kinpath
Yup.
and Vesper
Yup.
are running.
Dodge action.
Morgan is amused by all this.
That's not how that works.
Yes, it is.
Well,
Eldritch Blast!
what is Maeve seeing? What is
I'll get-
going on?
I'll get back to you.
You
Sorry.
don't fucking know.
I'm gonna leave you in suspense for a second.
You got problems. We got problems, guys. Dang
Oh,
Okay, so if we're stopping Vesper from running, who's stopping Vesper?
I would definitely try and stop Vesper first.
Oppose strength between the two of you,
Strength.
Oh god, I'm
He
so-
couldn't
check.
catch me.
or you can instead roll the hit. I think that makes more sense. Try to roll the hit.
I already rolled a good strength check, damn it. Rolled a hit like with my weapon?
Well, unarmed strike, equivalent,
Wait,
but
should I?
yeah.
Well, I have a +1 to hit.
None of you motherfuckers ever better try and get past me while I'm unarmed.
So I'm
Ebenezer's
rolling,
literally gonna try to stop you right now.
rolling to hit unarmed strike. See, now, it was a 14
is-
before.
So
Okay,
it would be dex
this
based,
is
and I
new,
would get out of
so
it.
It's okay, and
Skirt.
Kinpath is
roll-
also trying to run into it.
I could roll an Eldritch Blast to pull him back 10 feet.
Okay, and it was Ebenezer trying to stop that.
Yep, indeed.
Okay, unarmed strike, roll the hit.
Question.
Uh-huh.
I would like to spend a key point to take the disengaged action as a bonus action.
That's what I tried to do.
My jump distance.
These turns are happening simultaneously, so I'm making up rules as we go. but sure, if you want to use up a key point right now, you can do that.
I
I'm
cast sleep.
jumping into the portal then. Oh, you
Okay.
bitch! Oh my god. I would still like to jump, and my jump distance is doubled.
You fall asleep as you are mid-air, jumping, diving towards it. You are going to take another bit of bludgeoning damage as you smack your head into a solid tree.
Does that wake him up
Same
immediately?
thing will happen to Vesper at essentially the same time, Three Scrooges style. It would, I think, technically wake you up.
Yeah.
But your momentum is stopped, but you do like hit the tree. You're gonna take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Vesper, I'll just say the same 6 instead of rerolling.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I wouldn't have
Did
come
I
to my
on the
head.
tree?
Yeah, bam.
Great.
Well, all of that just happened in the span of 10 seconds.
Guys, the tree ate
look.
Maeve.
Can I investigation check the sigil? So, like,
Again.
looking for if it looks any different.
Sure. Give me Arcana if you would. Or
They're the
well,
same, they're
I'll
the
keep
same
that, but
modifier.
sure.
So-
Okay, that's fine.
Hmm.
Not a 2.
We're gonna say this is Arcana, because that makes
Okay.
more sense for the description that I'm able to give you.
Fair.
This is extremely fiendish magic.
Huh.
Maeve, you sort of get pulled through this and you land on the ground and you're sort of pulling yourself up, and as you do, you look around in a massive inky black space. There are stairs in a sort of semicircle in front of you. It almost looks like an amphitheater. And in the center of all this, a massive throne, and a smaller creature than you've seen compared to these queens, but still quite large,
It's a game of.
looms above you. You see this dark, fiendish creature, but its rib cage is exposed, and its arm you can see down to the bone, and it looks like it was at one point a red, fleshy demon, but is now undead in himself. He looks down to you. You do not belong here.
I don't know that she would say anything. She'd probably just like back up a little.
Guards. Caesar. You see very similarly undead looking imps fly down on either side of you, and they're going to attempt to grab you here. So, guide, I have you roll me initiative.
Who else expected the big guy to be like, "Oh, hiya there, let me get my boombox"?
Fantastic. Let me roll for these couple of imps. Worse and worse. So you get the first action here. Basically, you have a turn to decide Maeve's course of action. What are you doing?
I'm so fucking scared right now. Okay, so 2 guards are coming to get me right
Yeah,
now.
basically on either side of you. There's this big amphitheater in front of you, and behind you is a tunnel with a big door seemingly leading out. You don't know where out is to, but it's out.
Wow. Okay. I don't know what I should do here. I'm gonna say no. Please, it was an accident. I didn't mean to come here.
Nobody means to die.
I'm gonna try to push that door open.
Great.
Tell me you said that in character.
No.
Great. Yeah, you book it. They are one would probably have been close enough to try to get an opportunity attack here, but he rolled a 3 on the dice, so does not
Epic.
is not able to connect with you. As you run towards this, give me a strength check to open this door. It's going to be a DC 12.
Man, I got a -1.
Don't roll a 13. Oh!
That's fine.
Hell yeah. Maeve, in this quick, like adrenaline induced strength, just shoves this massive door open, and you start sprinting away. You see, it's all dark. It's all filled with inky blackness. And you see many undead seemingly mindlessly walking around here, occasionally glancing at you as you run. And you are just running and running for a long time. You get to a spot where you see to the left a bit of light, but it does appear to be certainly orange and glowy like fire. In front of you is just another, continuing this hallway, continuing to run. And to the right of you, you see what appears to be a darkness darker than what you're seeing, where you cannot see what's beyond it. However, coming behind you, you do see these two imps still after you.
My dark vision isn't helping at all.
I think dark vision gives you you can see faintly within 30 feet. Is that right?
I think I have 60 feet.
Depends on your reach, yeah.
Let me...
I think I have 60 feet.
Okay. Well, I would say your dark vision is probably what's allowing you to see at all down here. The one to the right, it's too dark still to see through.
The fire one, all I can tell is that it's a light.
Yeah, there's light at the end of the tunnel, but you know it's fire. It's warmth coming from that direction as well.
Oh, brother. I'm gonna go keep. I'm sweating. I will go into the darker one.
Okay. Fantastic. Could you roll me survival as you go into this area?
I'm gonna die. Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
What did we get? 16? Great.
Mhm.
You are able to navigate just with your senses alone, other than so you can hear and you can smell and you can guide yourself through this tunnel. Eventually the darkness does fade, and on the other side, you see a bedroom. And in the corner, a small tiefling girl, looks maybe 5 or 6 years old, looks up to you. Who are you?
Are there any exits or anything in this room, or is it just a room?
Just a room.
Awesome. I'll say, I'm sorry. I'll leave. Do you know how to get out of here?
You're getting out? I kinda know. Yeah, follow me, lady. She reaches up and grabs your hand, and she starts rushing back through that darkness and out the other way. As you continue running past this area, one of the imps has come down this hall as they split up. I need a dexterity saving throw as he attempts to grab you. This one's going to be a DC 10.
Okay. Let's go.
Pog. You duck underneath this thing trying to grab you, and you head out the way of the fire. As you keep going down this way, you notice the other imp must have gone straight, and this way seems free and clear for the time being, except, well, now this imp behind you that you dodged knows which way you're going. You keep going and you keep running, and as you get to the end of this hallway, you see a portal open up. Stepping through it is a familiar face. You see Jessok Staintree. who was this human man that you met who ran a bar in Ashmere. He looks at you all and says, "Well, this is mighty peculiar. Come along, both of you, through here." You jump through this portal. It closes on the other side.
What? All right.
Did
cool.
Maeve just
Yeah, no
kidnap the devil's daughter and give it to a robot
No,
that we
Full
met
circle.
like 20
We just
years
went
later?
Full circle.
What the fuck?
Look at that Maeve cause thing.
wow.
So you are here in a dingy, beat-up version. You've actually been in this version of this room before. In what will eventually be the Magic Motel, with a young tiefling girl and a human guy named Jessox, who looks to you and says, "Do you have anything actually to do with this young tiefling? Because I was going there to free her today."
Oh. But buy her a guitar. And then I'm gonna try to leave.
Incredible.
10 out of 10.
He looks and goes, "What in the hell is with people popping up into this establishment?"
Would you remember me?
We'll get to, yeah, he's seen you. He 100% knows who you are, and he's just like,
Nice.
he sort of lowers his hand gingerly to the young girl. It's good to meet you. My name is Jessox. I suppose I wasn't ready for this part, but you will probably need a place to stay. Let me prepare a room. And as you leave, you notice that as he sort of stepped through to get you out, and he came back, you see one of his hands start shaking heavily right before you leave. Incredible.
Wow.
The rest of our team. A couple of you have smacked yourselves into this tree, trying to say you don't know anything that just happened. So what are you all doing?
So that long rest.
I don't know.
He's gonna look to Kaelinor and go, "Where did she go?"
I genuinely, I have no idea.
What's
He'll
the
then
opposite of
turn to-
conservation?
He'll turn to Ebenezer and he'll go, "Where did she go?"
I don't know. I'm not familiar with this sort of magic.
He'll turn to Ren and then go, "Where did she go?"
Had I seen Maeve's? Is it a wand? Is that what we're calling it?
A twig of sorts.
A twig of sorts. Had I seen this before? Was there a time that I would have seen this?
I believe you used it in the first fight with Luther.
I
Your thorny-
used it in both, and with the vines.
Oh, did
But the only person I've actually showed it to was Vesper. He might have seen it, but I don't know if he would.
Can Ren grab one of the diseased pieces of like root or twig, and I understand this could even hurt me, but like grab it, break it off, and throw it at the sigil?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would hit, and it would certainly react, like it would glow brighter, but it does not open.
Does anything happen to me in that process?
No. I mean, Vesper, I think, was it Vesper who chipped off some before? Of the dead bark? Kaelinor, yeah. Nothing
Many
happened
of
to him,
us
so-
touched it.
It's true.
Lepus, I don't suppose you know anything?
Nope, that's a new development. Maybe you need to charge your lantern anyway. Let's ask him at this. She knows a lot.
Deal.
Why didn't you ask
Yeah, if
me
Lepus
where she
starts.
went?
What'd you say?
Kinvath, why didn't you ask me where Maeve went?
Well, I saw you dive with me, and I don't know where she went, so I assume that you did not also.
She went into the tree.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yo, then you guys will see like Kinfat's like face like turn kind of dark. We have to kill the tree. Like,
No. No. No.
Lepus speaks up. Please don't. Actually, that would kill me and two of your friends and everyone here. So please don't do that.
then we must go talk to the stone lady.
Let us go talk to the Stones lady.
It's at that moment that Ebenezer will will himself to the location in which we need to go.
Alone?
And Ebenezer will like kind of be like chipper about doing that because this form of transportation is new to him. So he's
The novelty has not yet worn off.
no, it has not.
Great. Everybody going then?
Yeah.
Not me.
No, you abducted a small child just now, so.
Yep.
No. You all are able to get. I would say actually from here, from this place, if you want to go straight to the gemstone court, this would be the exception of you can do that in the presence of this tree.
Yes.
I was gonna do it already.
Great.
To differentiate a little bit, Foster. Ebenezer was excited because we would need the lantern under normal circumstances to teleport, and so like he's never been able to will himself to teleport anywhere before. So that's
Okay,
what
so
he's
again,
What's Misty Step?
only need the lantern when going between realms, not between courts.
So
but-
well, we would normally have to walk between courts then, right?
No, what you've done before is you willed yourself to the confluence and then willed yourself to the court. And it's sort of a into the nothing, into the magic sort of thing.
Okay, gotcha. I understand now.
Okay, but that all established, you all find yourself pretty much immediately in the throne room, like bypassing everything else that you would have had to deal with to get here.
God damn it.
You have gotten here.
Oh God.
And Jesus Christ. You would see her sitting on her throne, actually sort of going through a sort of journal that she's keeping of all the stuff going on. She looks up to you all and says, Queen Lepus and friends, good to see you again.
Didn't realize Lepus was coming with us.
She closes her journal and sort of puts it next to her. I take it this is business, then new development on the Luther front, yes?
Of sorts.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Lepus, you didn't show them the tree, did you? To which
Yes.
you hear, no. Anyway, bye guys, and she disappears. Amethyst gives a little. Okay, very well. Well, I suppose you know then, and
It does seem rather important, does it not?
it does.
Maybe not
and
to you.
Dahlia had plans, so to speak, that she wanted to implement, as she said, but she seems to have gotten distracted via her pride with Queen Juniper. But someone must be the rock in the relationship and think logically. So, thank you, Morgan. So, that will be me. Listen, I don't think I can talk Dahlia off the ledge of her deal, so to speak, with all of you, but I will help where I can, and it sounds like you would all like to help with this tree business. Is that correct?
Yes.
It nod an affirmation.
Very well. Listen, this isn't something that I can do often. It takes a great deal of energy from me, but this does seem important. She sort of waves her hand. Can't get the move this down real quick. She sort of moves her hands across the center of her chest like this, and you see a light emerge, and then you see 7 individual stones come out, and as each one does, she shrinks significantly in size. By the end of this, being probably 10 feet less tall, so she's like now 30 feet instead of 40 feet tall. She takes a deep breath and goes, these boons can bolster your sort of very arcanic being in a way that only a Fae may offer. I won't be able to do this again, not anytime soon, but do take these. She hands one to each of you, and then as she holds the last one, you seem to be missing one.
Yes.
Well, has she abandoned the task? She knows Dario is angry, yes?
She was whisked away into the tree, so to speak.
Not so to speak. She got sucked into the tree.
That's
White light, portal, something.
incredibly bad news. She'll be fine, I'm sure of it. She hands the extra stone down to Morgan, who says, when you see her again, give this one to her. And gods, I do hope you see her again, but that symbol, did you know anything of it, the lot of you?
Yes.
Do I just relay what I kind of know?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, I relay it because I don't remember all of it.
She looks and she goes, well, that's all good observation. I'm glad you were able to gather that much, but I have been researching, and this does appear to be fiendish magic. We don't actually have a heaven or a hell in the Fey realm, but the mortals do, sort of planes of existence there. And this came certainly from hell. And she turns a page. Would appear a lord of pestilence. Dark beings. That. Well, I'll recharge the lantern for you, and she reaches down and touches it, and you see it shines once more. Is there anything I can do to provide an easier sort of adventure for the rest of you all?
Have you heard of a place called Thonia before?
Yes, actually, that is where Queen Dala is from. With the material court.
Where was he,
you may-
Darla?
You may have to ask her some questions.
Okay.
So are you saying that we will have to go to hell?
That seems like you're trying to make a joke, but I don't understand the concept.
No,
because
I'm
you see, we
very
don't have-
terrified.
Ah, yes, well, I don't know much about it, but it does seem to be a quite horrible place, yes, sir.
My queen. I do recall Queen Dahlia looking at some sphere and seeing the other side. Is there a way to check to see if our friend is out?
Which friend are you referring to? Oh, May.
The one that's not here.
Ah, yes, well, unfortunately, Dahlia is in possession of the mind, so to speak, but well, I can certainly try to retrieve it. I'll tell you what. She takes a small piece of the back of her hand and sort of pulls it off and hands it to you, Morgan. This should help us communicate between the Fey realm and the mortal realm. I'll find Dahlia. I'll do a little bit of research, try to find her, and when I do, I'll let you know of her location.
Okay.
Ebenezer
Very well.
gulp very audibly.
I love the invisibility spell you cast.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's very potent.
So what do you all do?
The plan was to rest, so.
Ah, very well. Your rooms are available to you. Fortunately, we don't have our friend Leaf in the area to keep you company, but I am sure you'll get along just fine between the six of you. I bid you all a good night and get some rest. We will get to the rest of this soon, I do hope.
Good night.
Yeah, you all make your way, unless you guys have anything else specific you'd like to say to her. You all make your way back to your sort of cot, your rooms. The wing that holds the place you sleep, and you
I'm gonna go to the barracks.
you are able to get there. Yeah, when you get there, because this is something I kind of forgot about, but did exist. You see Balas and Zircon here. Tanzi seemingly got lost in the tunnels because he was totally with you, but I forgot about that, so that's what happened. So he's not here right now, but he'll find his way back eventually.
It's fine. He's an expert at getting lost.
Yeah, you make your way back to the barracks. Do you have anything specific you'd like to relay to them, or are you just going there to sleep?
I guess I'm just gonna check up on them to make sure that they didn't get fucking annihilated more after getting hit by that fireball.
No,
And
they
giving them
they're still nursing some burns, but they look mostly fine. Before you all go to
say
sleep.
Burns?
Yeah.
Ha!
No way.
Don't dox me.
Before you all go to sleep, who among you would like to use this boon that has been offered to you?
Do we know what it is?
It is
Pretty
in
rock.
universe anyhow a thing that will bolster your arcana in a fey-like magical way. Out of game, this will level you up. I'll just tell you that right now.
Yes.
XP candy, baby.
Well, yeah.
Like boom, like done. Like the second it's in my hand. Fuck yes.
I'm gonna eat it. Wait,
Yeah, I'm
no,
doing-
don't do this to me.
There's an extra stone for it in Morgan's hand.
I
Curse.
take both.
I have it. I have it. You're fine.
I'd like to
Okay,
grab-
Would
I'd
it
like to
make
grab
more or
the-
less sense for one person to get very strong here?
Oh,
No,
Wait,
no,
we
FU, I need to be
Voltron
strong.
somebody.
crank me
Voltron
up to-
Commander.
Get fast for president.
Yes. Yes.
They would be level 11.
Give it
Oh
to
my
me.
God.
Give it
I'm pretty sure they'd be level 11.
That's
I'll take it.
insane.
I'll take it. I'll be the
Of course
tank.
you would. I'll be the tank.
No. Fuck
Everyone
no.
gets one.
Okay, well,
It
I'm
has
gonna
the
definitely be
legendary
fine.
property.
Does anybody have anything else specifically they want to do before they sleep?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Sleep spell.
Great.
I would like
Just
to
in the
intervene as
hallway.
well at one point.
Vesper first. What would you like to do?
Oh, I don't know. I would have to set the scene and try to roleplay this naturally because I don't want to bring it up with force, but I would maybe want to talk as a group without a chaperone at some point. Is there like, could we
Sure.
all meet up in one of our rooms or something?
Like, we have anybody with us.
Do you think, Morgan, you would, for the sake of this,
Oh,
would you
yeah.
come back after checking in?
I was gonna say we could do this in the morning. Not like we're like running.
That's true.
For it.
Everybody does need some sleep, and
Yeah,
Perhaps we meet up and have
maybe
this conversation.
then we can say we had a conversation along the lines of you're gonna go check on that, we're gonna reconvene in the morning, sort of situation.
sure.
Yeah, we need, after we clear our heads, we definitely need to process this a little bit, make sure we're all on the same page. Obviously, what we're gonna do about Maeve. What do you say we get some rest? This is
Sounds
before
like
you
a
leave,
plan.
Morgan, I hope. If maybe in the room after the queen pieces.
I would be down for a rest, no doubt.
I'm
I did a lot of
gonna
running back there.
I'm going to distribute some good berries again.
Oh boy.
I grow some in my hand. Just in case, everybody's take one of these. I think this is the
Eats it
first time you
immediately.
guys have seen me produce them directly also. Save
Thank you.
save this. We're gonna need them. And
Most certainly.
I will give everybody one, which is 6. I have 4 left. Kaelinor gets 2. I have 3
I'm gonna-
left.
At this time, as you're handing me the 2, I'm gonna pop the still head from this morning.
Right.
Get the full tail.
The old ones will wither quickly after a day. So here's a new one.
I will actually save mine.
Thank you, kind Vesper.
Character development. So I have 3. Everybody has 1. Kaelinor has 2.
Sick.
Unless somebody wants it. Does anybody need? Are we good?
I'm just gonna sleep it off.
You would normally have 1. I'm sorry. Well, wait. So
Well, I take one, but I'm just gonna
you're
sleep
you're
it.
not here, so it's 6, including the 2 that I gave to Kaelinor. So I have 4.
Foster, when I get to the barracks after I've done my little conversation, I want to play with my collection, and just kind of go through everything, and land on the gold coin and just kind of spin it on the desk, while looking at the symbols on it.
Make him kiss.
Yeah, as you spin the coin around, you think about the implications of the day that you found it. And despite your mistrust, what you saw today in just a brief conversation was seemingly someone who genuinely wanted to help you. But it's all just kind of processing through Morgan's head there. Anything else before sleep? Kaelinor.
I would like to grab Vesper and ask,
Whoa.
hey, not literally, would you come with me for a minute?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
I'll go into either one of our rooms. I'm gonna pull off my gauntlet and
Blush.
no. I'm gonna pull out the vial with the bark that I got And I'm gonna be like, "Do you have your crystal on you?"
Do I have my I always got my tow cable.
The vial with what in it again?
The bark.
The bark. Okay.
The tree.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And I open sort of a pouch, a smaller pouch on my hip and produce a corrupted crystal.
I would like to just kind of compare these things, see if there's any comparison between the corruption of the things that we have in our hands and the vial.
Yeah. I would say without even a roll, you would be able to look at the two of these things and recognize a stark difference.
Okay.
One does seem to be like a sickness and a plague in the wood, and yours seems to be something you've yet to identify, but just dark in another way.
Okay.
And the crystal
mine
is
and
the same.
Vesper's are, yeah, ours are similar in that way, and the bark is distinctly different.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. I had no reason to assume, but I just wanted to check. I'll say that to Vesper.
I thought the same immediately, but there's something alive about the tree situation, and frankly, Maeve. Yeah, and this feels
Let's hope. Mm-hmm.
the opposite. I don't know how to explain it.
I am sure we'll figure it out with
Yeah. Did you see the koi fish?
fish.
Yeah.
I didn't fish. Where
Oh.
did you see fish?
Was the fish in the water?
Sort of in the streams around the area, yeah.
In the streams around the area, yeah.
I didn't happen to notice it. Why do you ask?
Well, I can't really tell if I think I saw a fish. White fish. And a little cave to the side. I saw it go in. Hmm.
Okay.
There's a cool statue in there. I don't know. Did you see the blackfish?
I didn't see any fish, Vesper.
Did you see the whitefish?
I did not see a fish. Are you alright, man?
I don't know. I feel great. But I'm kind of worried about it. Did you see the blackfish?
I didn't see a fish. You're starting to worry me, man. Look, what happened?
Well, there's a cool statue of some dragons. Some water.
Dragon fish?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all. Really. It just felt kind of fucking awesome.
Okay. That's good then.
I think so.
Okay. All right.
You didn't see the whitefish. That one
I
seems
did
like it
not.
would have been
This
like
would be the part in Who's Line where I'm hitting the buzzer.
Look, hey, I know you're really worried about looking out for other people. Make sure that doesn't get in the way of looking out for yourself. All right.
understood.
Rest well.
Good morning.
Exit his room and go to bed.
I will also
Incredible.
exit my room and then enter it again.
Everybody can take their long rest as they see fit. Yes.
I sort of wanted to, as Ebenezer was in his room by himself, I was wondering if he could have investigated the potion that was given to him
Sure.
before drinking it, and I wasn't sure if you wanted me to roll anything, or if I could kind of just use context clues as Ebenezer himself to get to some sort of conclusion before actually drinking it, because that's what he was. He'd be like, should I actually drink this?
Which potion specifically are you referring to? One for me.
Well, the one given to us by the Queen.
Oh, so this wasn't a potion. This was sort of a magical mote of her own very essence.
Oh. Okay. Disregard that then. I would have taken it right there in person then, probably.
Sure. Yeah.
Vitamin.
By all means.
Upon receiving it from her. So. Sorry about that for misunderstanding.
No worries. Everything I already know all the details in my head, so I'm like, yeah, everybody knows what I'm talking about, but no, I have to say everything. That's important, and I need to keep tabs on it.
That's kind of your job.
I'm also stupid.
No, I mean to say that I need to remember to describe everything properly. Great, yeah, everybody can go ahead and take their long rest.
Level up! Level 5, let's go!
Maeve, actually, you find yourself back in Ashmere City. You are not a city person. And so it's a little overwhelming as you step out here alone. What do you do?
Are there people out there? Because it's still kind of...
Oh, yeah. I mean, Ashmere never sleeps.
So true. Okay. I think, and hopefully this doesn't mess up the finding me process, but this is what Maeve would do. She's gonna remember them talking about the plan to go to Taladoga, right? That's what it's called.
Hmm?
She's gonna be like, and then find somebody and be like, Taladoga, how do I get there? Which way is it?
Oh, it's a few days travel northwest, but I'm sure you could get there just fine. Do you traveling alone, stranger?
No.
Okay, well, just if you do go out that way, do be careful. There's, in the less civilized areas, monsters are known to roam in the nighttime. So just travel in the day, find cover, get back out there.
Is it nighttime now? It is.
It probably, yeah.
Oh man, I want to go. Would I know what direction they meant, or am I just like they said northwest?
Northwest. Yeah, I would think
like,
as a person of the wilds, you would have a good sense of direction.
All right. Can I wild shape into a warhorse and book it?
Yeah, by all means.
60 feet speed.
Yes. I will say this is quite far.
Right.
This is a like as far from the center of the map as you can go, basically.
Mm-hmm.
This is still probably going to take maybe a couple of days to make this trek.
Right.
Even as a horse. But if that's what you want to do, by all means, yeah.
Okay. I mean, she'd probably have to like stop at some point and find a place to long rest also.
Raise.
Yeah, but hopefully they can still find her. She has no reason to believe that they would know where she is. So
yeah,
I think she would still try to go to Taladoga. Either
Fantastic. Everybody gets a good night's rest as Maeve gallops into the sunrise. I think that's actually where we're going to end this week's session, and we'll get to that conversation when we come back.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Maeve, why YOLO? Why YOLO, Maeve?
She couldn't have known.
it was kind of fun.
Oh, I know.
I don't regret it.
No regrets.
I hope you don't.
That was excellent.
I was
It's
thinking
interesting.
in character also. I guess we'll see what the group decides to do. I was thinking in character. Well, I hope she thinks that we're going to the tea place because that's where we said we would meet. I never got to say that, but
Do it tomorrow.
that's what I was planning on doing tonight.
Well, now the world knows, so everybody knows that it wasn't come up with after the fact, and
Yeah.
We're all good.
Push it down.
Yeah, you gotta push
So-
it down and then push in. No,
So
hey,
I'm
wait. I want to
sort
say hi
of-
to mom. Let me say hi to mom.
It's not my mom.
Is it not? Oh, it's just. I'm sorry. I only saw it. She walked in. Well, hi anyway.
Hi, Mom.
For clarity, Maeve is in the past.
No,
No, she's in now.
she's in now.
Is in now.
When we saw that relationship,
That was the future.
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
was
that
the
was
future.
when
that
we were in
was
the future.
That was the
20 something
future.
years on the future ish.
That was the future. Okay,
It's all confusing. There's a lot going on.
gotcha.
Bro, level 5 for a Hexblade Warlock goes burr.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit is nuts. Like,
I want to say.
it just came online.
I do want to say that the levels will slow from this point on, but I know level 5 is important to people. So
Do I
Ooh.
have to wait?
Yeah, it's 6.
6.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can level it up now if you're excited just to see what you would get. That's fine because you'll get it sooner or later.
Okay.
All
right.
The only thing I got. Oh yes.
Bye everybody on the stream.